Chef Elle of Saladmaster here with another awesome recipe. This one is vegan, but if you're not vegan, don't worry, it tastes delicious. You know how I know? Because it's my recipe. Anyways, now I've had many a non-meat eating person and meat eating person absolutely love this recipe. My man, his family loves it. So I figured this should be my next video. So we're going to make my cream of broccoli soup. Now when I say cream, the first thing you probably think of is cow's milk, right? Well, wrong. When you're cooking this way, you use cashews for cream-based things. So one of the first things that I did is I took 1 cup of vegetable broth, organic vegetable broth, with 1 rounded cup of rinsed cashews, and I blend it right there on my high-power blender. Set it over here to the side. Next, what I did is in my MP5, your multi-purpose 5-quart roaster, or your 7-quart roaster, any of your larger pieces, you're going to take in here and I put in 5 cups of water and mixed it with 5 teaspoons of the Better Than Bouillon vegan base. Now the reason I like this, instead of buying all the cans or the boxes of vegetable broth, is this is going to last a lot longer. It's going to save a lot more money in the long run. Plus the ingredients are awesome. Alright, so what I've done is I went ahead and I put in here the water with the Better Than Bouillon, and that's it. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up all the vegetables that are going to go in here. So first what I'm going to do is cut some potato. Now we're going to use 2 potatoes in this, and I'm going to do them on the number 3 cone. Number 3 gets kind of that French fry cut. Now you can cube them yourself if you want, because we don't actually have a cone that cubes, but this works for me because I like to save the time. So you're just going to cut them right like this, and you can cut them right into your beautiful Saladmaster bowl. So there's 1 potato. Now notice the skin is on. Just remember, we don't want to take the skin off of our vegetables because a lot of your nutrients lie in the skin. Ooh, we lost 1 there. So we've got this cut up. Now I'm also going to add in some mushrooms, which isn't in the list of things to put in, but you can ad-lib. With Saladmaster, you don't have to be all picky about what goes in there and follow a recipe exactly. I'm going to put in what I want to put in. And mushrooms have a great health benefit, so they're going in. Now we're going to go ahead and cut those up on that number 2 cone. But honestly and truly, the number that you use for your cone is not a huge ordeal because it's just going to change the cut. So it depends on what cut you want. Now, if you're one of my customers, I've given you that little sheet that has a picture of what each cut does so that you'll know. And look right here. Remember, your hand can go completely down on this wheel. Okay? Now, the next thing I'm going to cut up is some carrot. And I'm actually going to switch over to the number 5 cone. Number 5 is going to get that kind of crinkle cut, which I like for this recipe. And I'm just going to cut, now it says to use 1 long carrot, but once again, you can ad-lib. I'm going to do 2 today. And it also tells you to do, I think, 1 teaspoon or just minced garlic. And instead of doing a little bit, I like a lot of garlic. So I'm going to take a nice big heaping spoon of garlic in a second. So now we've got most of my veggies cut up. And I did cut up a little bell pepper, and I cut them up ahead of time. Like when you do the small peppers, they don't cut really well on the Saladmaster machine. The only 2 things I don't really cut on here are tomatoes and little bell peppers. The big ones are great. It's just the little ones that'll kind of pull up the skin. So I chopped that up ahead of time. So I'm just going to start throwing everything in. Now do my garlic. I like a lot of garlic. So you can do whatever you want. It's your recipe. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of dried sage. Love sage. Sage is like the main thing that makes this recipe amazing. And 2 tablespoons, trust me, it's what's going to make it taste great. Also, it says to do some black pepper. And I love the peppercorn mills because that's just our favorite. And honestly, do that to taste. It doesn't really matter how much you put in. Do it to taste. If you don't know what that means do it till it tastes good. Okay. So next I'm going to go ahead and pour all this in there. And we went ahead and we cut up the broccoli in the beginning. The reason is I can't cut these on any of the cones where it'll just be the florets. I just took a knife right there at the head and cut the florets. And then I definitely put some stem in here. Your stem has a lot of nutrients. It tastes great, by the way. And then we're going to throw those in. And then I'm going to stir this up. Let me grab a spoon. And we'll stir this in here. And we'll cut up our onion. Now, I'm not going to add my onion right now. The reason for that is onion is one of those things that's a very heat-sensitive vegetable, and so I'm going to add that closer to the end, after it's already clicked, after I've turned it to low. Okay, so we'll put this in. Now I'll cut the onion on the number 2 cone. So let me go over here to number 2. And with your onion, anytime you have something round, What you want to do when you're cutting is just keep moving it around. If you move it around, then you're going to have to keep cutting. Otherwise, you're going to pull up one area of skin. So I'm just going to keep cutting like this, all the way down. Okay. There we go. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this piece in, and I'm going to set the temperature for medium if it's on the stovetop. On here, medium is 350. When it clicks, I'm going to lower the temperature to 190 or to low on the stovetop. This dish takes about 35 minutes to cook, and that's it. So now the other thing is once this is cooked for a little while, then I'll add in, like near the very end of the recipe, I'll add in my blended up cashew mix. I do that in the end when I add in my onion. When I mean the end, literally like 3 minutes before you're going to serve it, open your lid, dump it in, stir it up. Enjoy. Okay, so soup is done. Look how awesome that looks. Nice cream of broccoli soup. Enjoy.